I'm delighted to see such a strong group of women for the 11th year in a row, and there may even be a few men out there. So I hope you're ready to be inspired, uplifted, and motivated, because your expectations can't be too high today for this star-studded Texas-sized event. You know, I just want to say it's really tough to top yourselves 11 years in a row, but we have outdone ourselves again this year. We have a long list of exceptional sessions for some extraordinary leadership training. There should be something for everyone in this room. So what? It's the 11th year, it's 2010, and we have a lot to be proud of. Women are now beginning to dominate middle management and a large number of professional careers. We make up more than half of all the accountants, and we hold about half of all banking and insurance jobs. About a third of the positions are now women, and we make up nearly half of all law firm associates. And you know what the best news is? Both percentages are rising fast. According to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, women now hold 50% of all managerial and professional jobs, which has doubled since 1980. That is an amazing statistics. We hold half of all the management jobs when we only held a quarter of them just 20 years ago. What does that say to us? It says that our society is changing, our values in our society, that success in this economy seems to require strong communication and social intelligence. And this is where women, according to many studies, have the edge. I love having the edge. Trends show that an actual favor for the communication skills that are most often associated with professional women. Leadership in the white-collar world has traditionally valued raw, intellectual horsepower, which men and women have in equal amounts. So many of those old notions of good leadership are all about aggression and competition, both of which were thought to be masculine qualities. But today we know that negotiation might be even more important in leadership and research styles, that although men and women have different styles, we're both equally effective in negotiation. I will have to say that I think we are better in negotiation. So you see, it's not just about brawn anymore. It's about an article that was in the Atlantic that suggests that our modern post-industrial economy might actually favor women over men. Research shows that the most successful companies depend heavily on male and female leadership and understand the value in it. So I really think it's fair to say these gifts set us apart that may have actually been considered a weakness 20 years ago are actually proving to be critical to the success in business. What does that say about us? It says we are clearly resilient. And when we return home after today, the goal is to rebound with purpose. Now, I could go through a full list of keynote speakers, but they all have one thing in common, besides just the fact that they're all women. They have a message to share and a lesson that will be different for each of us, but they're all sharing a story with purpose. You see, there are things about ourselves and our world that each of us know to be true. And if we dig deep and we connect with those God-given abilities, gifts, and convictions, we can set a powerful and very intentional course. That intention, that truth, that purpose can define how we live our lives, how we serve our families, and how we approach our careers. Barbara Jordan said that of all her growth and development, led her to believe that if you really do the right thing, and if you play by the rules, and if you've got good, solid judgment and common sense, that you're going to be able to do whatever it is that to do with your life. So it seems to me that the greatest challenge is to set those intentions and stay the course with what we know is true. The challenge is to stay true to what we believe and pursue what we want in life, and to remember that success is sweetest when it is true to who we know ourselves to be. So today I have a challenge for you, a challenge to remember to be true to yourself, to set your intentions and set your course. Because after all, a huge part of leadership starts with you. It's true that a formal education opens doors, and this year for every man earning a Bachelor of Arts degree, 2 women will do the same. So what statistics do we want to hear 20 years from now? How do we want it to look for our children? What truths do we want them to know about absolute certainty? Let me close with one thing that I know to be true. I know that Texas women have always been and continue to be the most fearlessly resilient in the country and possibly the world. Regardless of what happens to us, we Texas women always rebound with purpose, and we always lead with intention. This is the 11th year we've done this conference, and it's a thrill to hear from some of the women who've attended in past years. They turned inspiration into action, moved forward with passion, and led with such conviction and intention. So when you leave here today, I'd like to challenge you to do just one thing differently. Just one thing differently when you return home. Because that one thing will make a huge impact on your life, your community, and your world. So with that and your promise, I think it's time we get started.